Olay. Um, so, last time on D&D, which is apparently a series now, because that's how I said it, just like Dragon Ball Z. The group did more exploring of the Amber Temple. Found, well, lifted a spell book from a mage, gave it to a spell-slinging fox person. Found more amber blocks, among which were living a number of Nothics, which, as it turns out, someone was actually able to understand and at least communicate with in a different method than maybe one might expect.
I understand what it's like to be ugly too.
And yeah, so you ventured into that room and checked out the two amber blocks that were there, as well as seeing the shattered remains of what was probably a third. And that's about where we left off with the gifts that came from those. And it would seem that the only portion of the Amber Temple remaining to be explored is the rest of this hallway. And I think this is kind of a gimme at this point. There is a flight of stairs that leads up from one end of it, but you guys would probably recall, having only been here for a couple days, despite the several weeks we've spent on this area in real person time, that there was a staircase that you had not explored leading down from the hallway on the second story or second floor. So everything would kind of suggest that this is that stairway. But yeah, so as you emerge from the room with the Nothics and survey what else lies ahead of you, there's this single long hallway about 30 feet wide, probably about 120 feet in length. And there are 4 closed doors that branch off of it. 3 to the right, 1 straight ahead. What are you guys doing?
Opening all the doors.
Okay. So I think the first thing is, head over to the door, try to open it. It is locked. So trying to smash it or shove it open, or what's the plan?
Is it one of those amber doors or just a regular door?
Yeah, all of the doors here seem to be made of the same substance, this thick stone-like amber.
Alright, I'll attempt to shove it open.
Okay.
Is that a strength or athletics?
That is a strength check.
I'm gonna stand safe distance away so that dark energy doesn't hit me.
All right, and what do you think would be a safe distance?
Back by the entrance to this hallway.
Okay.
I'll stand behind Dane.
All right.
I'm behind both of them.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say everybody's kind of piled, just outside the hallway. Strength check. All right. So you watch as your friend, who recently revealed his name to be not Greg, but Gorgoth, seems to kind of prepare himself, like psych himself up, and with obvious effort, he braces himself against the door, and you can see his huge frame like bulging and shoving at the thing. and it doesn't move.
Rip. I tried.
Can I tell if it's magically sealed?
If you'd like to get up close and make an Arcana check, that could be feasible.
Well, seeing if his striding isn't happening, I will approach cautiously and do so.
Okay.
Okay.
You could inspect one of the other doors as well that's already open.
Well, that's not great.
Yeah, I mean, like, the whole temple, to some extent, has this kind of magical bent to it, right? And I don't think you see anything that specifically marks the door as being magical in any different way from the rest of the temple. No glowing runes or anything inscribed on it or anything to that effect.
Well, can I cast a spell magic on it just to see if it'll open?
Sure. So you do the thing,
You do
and
the thing.
let's see. Cool. So you cast your spell, and there is a kind of visible like dispersion of something, as though it's been scattered and kind of broken. Just a little like flash of energy, and basically in video game terms, a little particle effect thing goes off.
I'll go back behind Dane and tell Greg to try opening it now.
Okay.
We'll try again then.
All right. No strength check required. You push it open. And
I was just gonna say, I just look at Yoren and be like, "What did you do?"
It was magically sealed.
We'll explain why the other ones are so hard to open.
all right. And so you push in to the room, and looking around, you see more amber glazed walls and black marble floor that seems to have red veins etched across its surface. And like you've seen in so many rooms before now, 3 sizable amber blocks standing in alcoves.
Who wants to go first?
I'll reappear from behind Dane and touch one. On the left side.
Okay. So yeah, like for simplicity, Greg is standing there, open door, and he calls you. Who's coming in first? All that. Yowen comes in, and upon setting foot in this room,
Dang it.
let's see,
I was too courageous.
too courageous. Don't you know everything wants to kill you in Barovia? Okay. So, in the process of stepping in, it feels as though you run right into a swinging greatsword.
Do I, or does it just feel like it?
Well, it feels like it, and then once you feel it, you see that that is indeed the case.
Okay.
As this impact, and let me verify, because you might have just heard a whoosh. What's your AC?
18.
Okay, so the first one actually you just heard a whoosh, and in the process, you feel the wind from the swing, and you see materializing in front of you, having just dispersed the invisibility spell it had cast on itself. A strange looking creature, kind of humanoid in that it stands up on 2 feet and wields weapons. But actually, let's see if I got a handout for you, because I feel like that would be a hell of a lot easier than trying to describe what you're looking at here. You see, standing before you, this thing.
Looks kind of like me.
Oh, it's a death salad.
Yeah, death salad. Fine. Most metal salad ever. Topped with your blood. Alright, but it swings once, misses, flashes into visibility, and then takes another swing, which is a 21 to hit this time.
Okay.
So you take 13 points of slashing damage, as well as 4 points of necrotic damage. And then, after these 2 swings, it kind of lets the great sword slump down, still holding on to it, but it drags along the ground as the thing lunges in to attempt to bite you. But that is only a 14 to hit.
Nope.
All right. That all being taken care of, I think it might just be time to roll some initiative. So, let me get you over to the map.
So did the
Was that
death...
considered? Or go ahead, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if that was considered a surprise round. 'Cause
You can't be surprised.
Yeah. Oh, good point. So we're going to roll initiative, and then...
Did I not take that damage? Or did I take that damage?
I mean, you took the damage.
Yeah.
Like,
That
I was
initiated
surprised.
it.
He
but-
was not.
Yeah.
Did he set a trap for me, or what?
You don't know.
he was standing invisible in the room, and as soon as somebody actually set foot in there, like beyond just opening the door,
Mm-hmm.
he attacked that person.
Yeah.
And so that attack is going to be the inciting, like, incident of the combat.
Yeah.
But we'll say Greg might still get to make a move before initiative starts up.
Okay.
Kind of how we're going to play it. So let me...
Oh, so he gets kind of like a surprise-ish round attack, too?
I have to rage before doing anything, but yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It just kind of negates his,
Yeah. I mean, it's still a
Surprise.
surprise round against us, but
not him.
yes.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Okay, so I think we are good to move over there. And so there's that.
I'm
And
blind.
Yeah, I don't see anything in there.
It's
It's
upper
really
left
small.
corner.
yeah, I actually shrunk the map to attempt to streamline the thing on Roll20, you know?
I appreciate it.
That.
Yeah. Even though, can I see more than just inside the room?
Yeah. I thought
Yeah, I'm
somebody
gonna move the
was-
door in a second here.
Somebody
Okay.
was lit, fam. I was
There you
gonna
go.
really cast light on somebody.
Okay.
I still am just seeing black.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Let's see. Esmeralda, I think, had cast light on Dane, or something that Dane had with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, get that fixed. Gonna do something like this.
That is definitely a big, ugly death salad. And I'm gonna call
Right.
them a death salads.
Actually, I think, yeah, Dane's emitting light.
Oh, is he?
So
I just-
you, yeah,
I'm
you
just trying to
are,
see. Okay, I see. Whoa, I'm way back. Okay, so
yeah, because you were hiding like back out of
okay.
the hallway.
I gotcha. Oops. There we go.
Is my initiative rolled twice?
No, go ahead and roll it one more time. So yeah, that's a hell of a lot better. So fix that. All right. Yeah. So Greg, seeing this, what do you do?
I'm going to rage and run in there and save Yoan.
Use your
Okay.
action to save Yoan.
Yep. That's a thing.
I'm going to, dare I say, reckless attack?
I don't know. Dare you?
Yeah.
Dare you? Okay.
How very dare you?
24 and 20. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So both of those hit. And yeah, so you dig into this thing as it's standing there, kind of in the process of recoiling from its attack on Yoan. Cool. So let me make sure I math correctly. Yep. Cool. I assume that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So then we start at the top of initiative with Rictavio, who is going to come running up, hearing this craziness going on. Probably to we'll say like right at the door, kind of peeking in, and see if there is something he can do for all of this craziness. All right, he's gonna run in from his little perch after taking a quick peek inside the room, and he is going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Greg.
Woohoo!
So keep in mind that, and I'm gonna demystify this real quick, just to streamline. Yeah. So you cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by this creature. And when it attacks you, it has disadvantage on those attack rolls.
So normal this next turn. Is that your reckless?
Yeah, so basically it's free reign to reckless attack. And I think that's about it for his movement, so he's going to stay there. Then it is the creature's turn. And having attacked and been attacked already in this short little span, it is going to, well, first of all, you watch as one of those gnarly axe wounds you gave it begins to kind of close up Not entirely, but you certainly get the impression that left to its own devices, this thing would heal up pretty quickly. Okay. So then this creature is going to point its sword between Greg and Yoan. It almost looks like he's pointing at Rictavio, but then you see this little beam of light shoot out from the tip of it. And basically, Dane, it detonates just behind you. And this is going to be a fireball spell.
I wasn't even in the room yet.
So
All
it's just
right.
hitting Dane?
I mean, this is going to hit. I'm going to need saving throws. I believe they're dex saves from Dane, Greg, Yoan, and some NPCs that I can handle myself. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Count of these.
Actually, see. There, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, it just licks across the front of Ron's face and Esmeralda's face, as you are just outside the range of this thing. Okay. So gotta do. Wait, is this actually gonna work? Did they fix the thing?
No.
They didn't fix the thing. Fine. Do it myself. I didn't pay good money for this module or anything.
Nope.
No. Okay. So, those dex saves though.
Does this count as a spell that I can see?
I would say so.
Okay.
All right, so you all fail, and that's going to be 30 points of fire damage.
Oh, yeah.
Have the 15.
At least you got that going for you. Rictavio and the Shield Guardian both saved, though.
Thank God for that.
Well, I have 1 hit point.
Just be glad there aren't 2 more to blow up.
Don't remind me.
Yeah. That's going to be it for this thing. So Dane, what are you doing as this has just happened?
I'm gonna run in there and hit it.
Alright, give it a shot. 17 does not hit.
I'm gonna run away.
We're in danger.
Okay, that is not good. Okay.
Yeah, so you like slam down on its head with the longsword once, and it sort of like looks over, irritated at you. You go and do it again, and just whack, and it impacts, and it just can't seem to slice through the tough exterior of this creature. All right.
I think I'm gonna use my action surge as well then.
Okay, so keep attacking, or are you gonna like dash away? What's the plan?
Try and hit it.
Okay. Hey, that hits. That hits too. All right.
Stupid thing.
And yeah, as it kind of dismissively begins to turn back toward the rest of the group, you take your opportunity and slam down. Like you find a spot in the tough hide that's already a little bit cut up from the axe damage that's been dealt to it, and lay into that spot, dealing a hell of a lot of damage for just 2 attacks. All right.
That crit was a damage as well.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Yes, it did. All right. And then I assume that's it for Dane?
That'll be it.
Okay. So Esmeralda heads in. And 2, 4, 6. She can get right there. And so she's going to lead with a hand axe attack. Just to be able to do something on this turn. So she pulls that from like the loop in her belt that it's kind of hanging from, launches the hand axe like whizzing by right between Yoan and Greg. And as the Strahd is recovering from the nasty hits it just took from Dane, it turns and just in time sees the hand axe flying in its direction and just bats it out of the air. And that's about it for Esmeralda. So we're back around. Well, we are now to Greg's spot in the initiative order rather than the, surprise round, but not for him thing.
Just going to continue to snarl at this thing and keep chipping away at it
Okay.
with more reckless attacks.
Mm-hmm. That hits.
Ooh!
That hits. All right. Ooh.
I gotta roll another
D8.
D12.
D12s.
Ooh!
Brutal critical.
Okay. Let's see. Math.
Chop its arm off.
Holy shit. Okay. It doesn't look happy about those 2 hits, believe it or not. And in your professional opinion, you'd say that this thing is probably bloodied. Anything else?
Just going to laugh maniacally at it while snarling and just insanely.
All right. Ron, you hear a clusterfuck going on out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of. I can't see where's the doorway because I can't. I'm
It's in front of you. Like the door is kind of open toward you. Yeah.
Like okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. I still can't see.
Yeah, because Dane went in the room now. So.
5. I guess I can see it now. So
Okay.
I peek around and I'll say, "Ugh, what kind of frog is that?" And I would like to do vicious mockery with that.
All right. Wisdom save. Okay.
DC 19.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Could happen, right? No, it's an 11.
All right. It takes 5 points of psychic damage, but the better part is it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Very nice.
And I will also like to kind of peek around and I see Yoan standing there and I'll say, oh wait, is Yoan down?
No, I have 1
No,
hit point.
He's just barely standing. He's looking.
Well, I seem to have passed out, but caught myself on the way down.
Alright, I'm gonna look over and say, hey, Yoan, you may have seen better days, but I think you're looking a little better. And I'm gonna do a healing word level 1. Yay for 3.
Woo.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Hey, Yoan looks like 4 times better than he was a second ago.
Yeah.
So.
He almost looks like he's slightly green again instead of white.
Okay. And I assume that's it.
Oh, yes. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So, instinctively trying to help out its master, the shield guardian is going to run up, but let's see. Like, there's not really anywhere for it to squeeze in. It's the one downside to an oversized, badass traveling companion is he has to actually be able to fit into combat.
My guardian's not very useful.
At least not in the Ember Temple, not in this like close quarters dungeon crawl kind of scenario.
Yeah, you can't ever get anywhere to help me.
All right.
At least he's not hurting you.
It's true. Muriel comes down, and I don't think she has any ranged stuff, so she's going to run out into the hallway and kind of peeking between the mob of people that's like trying to cram into this room now. She takes flight and uses basically a dash to get in and situate herself next to Dane. But because she dashed, she can't attack. So, Yoan, you are up.
Okay, I am, believe it or not, going to heal myself. At level 4. That were terrible rolls.
Yeah, like I was about to hover over to like, did that roll correctly? It rolled correctly.
That is absolutely terrible.
Whew.
A 1, a 2, and a 3.
All right, well, it's something.
Okay. And I'm also gonna move here.
Indeed.
Okay.
Okay. Then brings us to Rictavio once again. He is feeling pretty brave. And so he's going to charge in, sword cane drawn, and make a couple of attacks with that. 2. So the first one glances off as the slot is like temporarily distracted, kind of tracking Yoan's movements. But Rictavio is just not able to like pierce through the hide. Second one though, you hear like a kind of wet crunch as it slips in, once again using one of those breaking points that's already kind of there from the previously sustained wounds. And the good news is he crits. The bad news is he does 4 points of piercing damage. So, you know.
I feel you.
Yeah, those rolls. Okay. And that's going to do it for Octavio, which brings us to the Death Slod.
Death salad.
Death Salad. All right. So, it is going to... Ooh, so many choices. Yeah. It is going to basically do the same thing that it did on its previous turn. Point that sword out into the hallway, detonate a fireball so as to hit a large grouping of its enemies here. Yeah, so you watch as it points at a spot right between the shield guardian and Ron. And that is a dex save that I need from Greg and Ron. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay, that 21 does it. The 9, however, not so much.
I have resistance, and then I also take the half. Did I take 0, or is it a quarter?
No,
This quarter.
Okay.
Alright, and so Ron. Ooh, more garbage rolls. Okay. Ron, you take 23 points of fire damage.
Alright. That could have been a
And
lot worse.
it could have been a hell of a lot worse. So then, Greg, you are going to end up taking, let's see, so half would be 11, half of that would be 5 points of fire damage.
I just imagine seeing Greg like skip away out of the fireball and then it explodes.
I'm actually running from it because the fire terrifies me.
Oh, there is that.
Yeah, me too.
All right. And
But
once
unlike
again,
Greg, you just freeze in place.
Yep.
yeah. Once again, you do see some of these wounds healing up and sort of pulling themselves back together. But it would appear that that is all for this thing's turn. So, Dane, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna hit it some more.
Okay, you do that. Those are going to hit. So, 2 long, heavy slashes with the longsword, carving out the portion that you just watched heal over. Once again, just ripped open. All right. That's it?
I think that's it.
Cool. Esmeralda then will... And then 1, 2, 3... Kind of in a tight space here, but I think she'd be able to at least make it in there. And then she is going to attack with her rapier and short sword. So 2 pokes with the rapier, which both times just kind of seems to bend and not fully poke through the tough hide of the Strahd. And slash with the short sword, which kind of just barely nicks one of the open wounds and does a little bit of damage. All right, that's it for her. Greg.
Going to continuously reckless attack it.
Face roll it.
Oh no.
Oh, that misses.
Oh no.
That hits, though. Okay. Get your brutal critical coming.
Oh yeah. Derp. Another 9.
Not bad. All right. Yeah, this thing is looking rough.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Ron.
I'm just fucking booking it. I'm out of here.
Nope.
Yep, I'm getting completely out of sight of that thing. I'm done. I'm just gonna go hide out in the dark somewhere and wait.
All right, I'm gonna move you just a little bit so you're actually like on the map.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay. Yep. Cool. Easy enough.
Yep.
Shield Guardian peering in helplessly. All right. Muriel has her sword at the ready and is going to swing both times, just clanging off the thing's hide. Yoan.
I am going to cast a spell, believe
A
it or not.
Spell?
I'm going to cast Blight.
Blight. Okay. Con save. So it's worth noting that this thing has advantage on saves from things along these lines. With advantage, it rolled a 15.
Yeah.
With that in mind, how does Yoan want to do this?
Make a salad.
I want to just point at him and basically kind of just have his skin crack into pieces and just fall off and he withers.
Okay, so you
Into
just
a-
watch as it like shrivels up and almost becomes a powder before your eyes. Okay. Cool.
No one's pretty pissed at it, so.
All right. So that is done. Taking us out of initiative. And so yeah. Now, if Yoan would like to continue his business.
I am gonna go touch this stone.
Okay. The northernmost stone. All right. So, still kind of breathing heavily, though feeling a hell of a lot better than you were, say, 12 seconds ago. You don't so much as reach out and like place your hand on it as probably lean against the amber block, but all the same, as soon as you make contact, you feel this connection established with the little floating remnant of whatever is housed in the amber. And you hear a voice that says, I am known as Yirga, the Eye of Shadows. You would do well by accepting the gift I offer. No secret would ever escape you. All knowledge will be in your grasp. Life is pointless, so there's no time to waste searching for its secrets.
Yeah, what's the catch?
Those who know how they espouse a different view on the world. Such knowledge will irrevocably change your outlook on life and existence.
I think I'm allergic to the stone. Um, I'll just leave and go touch the next one, the one in the middle.
Okay. All right. Oh, well, this is fitting. So you walk over and again, place your hand, feel the connection formed, and you hear a low, bellowing voice.
You want to be strong, huh? I am the Great Tarhawk, five-headed destroyer. Weak as you are, you'll never scare an insect. I offer you the strength of fire. Fire. You will then show your friends how much stronger you are.
And what do you want in return? Or what will happen in return?
You will grow accustomed to your station, having such power over others.
What is that supposed to mean?
That is for you to find out.
Okay, I'll go touch the third one.
Okay. You walk over and placing your hand on that one. Takes a moment to establish anything, but soon enough, you hear a voice, almost like it's thinking out loud. It says, "Interesting. Your face looks so clean and shaven. You appear healthy, but I offer you the resilience of Yogg the Invincible. Without it, you're just a swine. You need this blessing if you're to succeed."
And what would happen if I accept this blessing?
Your appearance would reflect the strength with which you'd be imbued.
How would my appearance change?
You would simply look more untamed.
Okay, sounds good.
So you accept the gift of Yogg the Invincible.
I do.
Okay. Cool. I will send you a thing.
Okay. At which point I'll step back.
All right.
What did I do, Johan?
So yeah, before we get into the RP here, I need to send her a thing, and then I'm going to explain to everybody else what they see. So, as Yoan leans against this third and final amber block in the room, and subsequently removes his hand, you watch as dark, oily fur begins to sprout from every visible inch of Yoan's body.
Yee.
He effectively looks like a were-orc. So, anybody else want to make the rounds?
Want to ask Johan what the three things do?
Dad, I'll tell him.
Okay, so in a nutshell, Yoan says, no secret ever escaping you. The strength of fire, or, well, He didn't really specify a whole lot other than resilience on the part of the thing that Yoan took.
The strength of fire and resilience sounds good.
Okay. So you're just gonna walk up and take those like no questions asked?
Yeah.
Okay. So the resilience one, since I still have it on my clipboard from sending to somebody else, is this, and you watch as Greg becomes a were-Goliath, basically, at least in appearance. And let's see.
Oh.
And then as you take the gift of Great Tar Hawk, the five-headed destroyer, that's it. There doesn't seem to be any physical change as Greg takes on the blessing of Tarhawk.
Oh, jeez.
I want to go touch the south block.
Okay.
Talk to it.
All right. And yeah, I think you, you hear this same voice that kind of mutters to itself, this one shows a bit more promise than the previous two. Already showing signs of resilience.
I want to ask if it'll cost me my beard.
Quite the contrary.
So I'll still have my beard.
You will.
Okay.
And you will have even more.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So that one's coming at you too.
Not much of a change with Dane, though. He's already hairy.
I mean, it's true. Like he's armored. Like I don't think there's a whole lot of exposed skin on Dane's part.
But what is already hairy.
But yeah. So that's a thing.
How does the whole me becoming oily black fur covers the beneficiary's face and body? How does that work with a Goliath who's typically bald?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Like thick pubes all over my body?
I mean, kind of, yeah, like nasty stray dog fur, I'm kind of picturing. It's like slimy and greasy and yeah,
What happens if you take a bath?
doesn't matter.
Always oily?
Always oily.
Oh boy!
You are always a fire hazard.
Did you just look up the other one, Brown?
Yeah. I'm a beefcake. I'm just gonna walk out the door and be like, come on, shrimps. Go stomp some skulls in.
So Ron, you're still in this room off to the north unless you wanted to like venture back in.
Nope. I am staying the fuck away from there.
All
Fire.
right.
I don't do fire.
All right. So are you just like hiding behind the open door in the north?
Mm-hmm. I'm just
All right.
sitting in the dark, kind of rocking back and forth.
Yeah, you see like a few glowing green eyes like blinking at you. You know it's the Nothics, but they're just kind of huddled in the opposite side. Like all of them are just looking around at each other like, nope.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah, I'm
want to
not
go
messing
touch.
with them as long as they don't mess with me.
We go touch that block that Greg touched as well.
The middle one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and you are offered
The strength of the great Tar Hawk, the five-headed destroyer.
I'll take that one.
okay.
I want to be strong. Or
There you go.
I think I'll go and take that one too.
Okay.
Don't question it. I'll just like return.
All right. So, yeah, and I think at this point, like Rictavio and Esmeralda are looking at each other like, okay, guys, this is really getting out of hand. Definitely leery looks from the two of them. And kind of even from Muriel, now that you look at her, like, she's still standing there in her hybrid form, like the Raven Woman thing. And even the Raven Woman is kind of looking at all of you. What the fuck? So, all of that having taken place, and Ron having disappeared, running back. I mean, you have a good idea where he went, but Ron having sequestered himself away for the time being. What's everybody doing?
so I just add that to my strength.
Yeah, just remember that it goes away
It's
after
not
a while.
permanent, yeah.
Okay.
Those
Yeah. So what's everybody doing?
look at some wimps to bully.
Following along with Greg.
Onward. We have 3 more doors.
All right. So just moving down the hall then?
Yep.
Okay. So you make your way down to the next door, another large, like monolithic amber block of a door. How would you like to proceed?
I would like to try and push it open again with all my might.
All right, make a strength check.
No!
All right, so you like flex and stretch and get ready to like blast these doors open. And the funny thing is, you do blast the door open, and it almost seems as though it wasn't really locked or latched or anything in the first place. And so you kind of just barrel through, and you find yourself in some sort of living quarters. Let's see. Yeah, it's littered with broken furnishings, mostly like, bedroom type stuff, broken bed frame, broken chairs, a desk that's kind of somehow still standing despite one of the legs being all but destroyed.
Is it this room down here?
Yeah, let me move the thing. Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna walk in and I'll just be like, how graceful. Does it look like anything's gonna be in here?
I mean, so far so good. You guys have set foot in the room and nothing has materialized out of thin air and tried to murder.
I mean, like, can I investigate it?
Sure. Yeah, you look around, and I mean, you might be able to salvage some writing equipment from the desk, but beyond that, doesn't seem to be anything of note.
I'll take some writing equipment.
Okay.
Uninterested in this room, I go back out now.
On to the next one.
All right.
So while all this is happening, I'm casting my bubble as a ritual.
Okay.
So
And-
it takes 10 minutes. So however long that takes, I am casting that, and as soon as I cast it, I'm just gonna pass the fuck out because I didn't sleep worth a shit last night.
This is true.
So I'm tired.
Alright.
I'm sick of this. I'm burnt. I'm sick of this bullshit. I am going the fuck to bed.
All right.
My dome is black as fucking night, too, like the outer
Okay.
appearance.
Cool. So, next door. How do you proceed?
I want to try and just gently push it open.
It moves.
Okay. I'll walk into the room.
Okay. You let yourself in and see a considerably more intact room. Most of the furniture is still standing, but they're all clearly like caked with cobwebs and dust. It doesn't look like anyone's used this room in decades, if not more.
I'll look around to see if there's anything worth having.
All right, make an investigation check. All right. Let's see here. So, yeah, you look around, rifling through drawers and cabinets and things. And let's see. I guess the one thing that would kind of stick out to you is when you open one of the drawers, you see something kind of rattling around along. And upon closer inspection, it seems to be a tooth on like a loop of string.
I'll take that.
Okay. So that's the thing you have. Other than that, though, doesn't seem like there's anything out of the ordinary here.
Okay.
To the bottom door.
Okay.
Is that here?
I'm gonna go stand a little ways up the staircase.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and place yourself wherever you want to be. That's fine. All right. The group is gonna kind of move up. Entourage just sort of following you down the hallway. And yes, here you see another large amber door, much like the ones that you've seen all throughout the temple.
Barrel through it. Full on
Strength check.
sprint. Oh no. I'm gonna break myself.
All right. So, yeah, again, you prepare and like you're feeling pretty good, right? You plowed through that last door you went through. And you're feeling pretty strong, build up a good head of steam, and like lower your shoulder to force your way through the door and just boom. It does not budge.
I want to go try.
Okay. Strength check. Same.
I'll walk back up the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna then look at, Greg and Dane, and then cast Dispel Magic while slightly pushing on the door.
Okay. And yeah, you do that, and as you slightly push on the door, there's a little scattering particle effect along the ground, but it would seem that you just push the door open.
I look back at them.
I muttered to Greg about magic.
Wim didn't even try to open it the proper way.
All right. So as you push the door open, you can see inside, very similar to what you've already seen, amber glazed walls, a floor of grayish colored marble, this time with black veins, and 3 large amber blocks situated in alcoves.
Touch them all.
So Greg's going in. Greg is
Yep.
going in. Okay.
One block.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in, look around. Nothing seems to be murdering you.
I would touch the one right down over here then. If nothing's else.
I'll start on the opposite side of him.
Okay.
I'll take the third one.
All right. So, Greg, you walk over, and well, to Brown, I think this will be familiar, but to Greg, not so much. A curious fluid blood is, don't you think? It flows red, but can easily bring death. I say it ought to be black. My gift confers you the power to make this judgment. All you have to do is accept it, and you will have the power to judge anyone in your way. That is how I came to be known as Norganus, the Finger of Oblivion.
With this said finger, help me bully people.
Says, it would seem that one must have power to put themselves in position to do such a thing, yes?
Will this give me power?
Indeed it will.
Then I accept.
And so you can't really see it because it's under all the fur. But somewhere down there, if you were to part some of that nasty matted black fur, you would see that Greg's veins have turned dark black. And he has gained 3 uses of a familiar spell. Finger of Death.
I wonder, I know it says like, the fur grows on your face, but like, my face was like half skull. Yeah.
Sorry, what?
I know the one other effect made the fur grow over my face and whatnot, but like, how
Yeah.
does that work when like half my face is a skull? Does it still
Well,
grow?
it's not like half your face is a skull. It's like the skin is pulled so tight over it that it's like it's tracing the outline, so to speak. You basically look like a shriveled corpse, like a Draugr in Skyrim or something, right? So now you're gaunt, but simultaneously strong, and The dark fur probably fills out that kind of beanpole look you might have had going on.
So I literally look like a Sasquatch now.
Pretty much. A Sasquatch with a glowing eye hole and basically a brake light for its other eye.
What was that other thing? Oh yeah, what are my spell DCs supposed to be?
uh, hmm, that's a good question. I mean, let's see. Generally, this is, yeah, I would say it's probably intelligence for this. So 8 plus proficiency plus your intelligence mod.
Ew.
So as you think on that, we'll go around and check out what everybody else is getting. So the second one to approach a block, Yoan. You walk over, and upon making contact, you hear a voice that says, "I am Seriak, the Hellhound Whisperer. I have a special affinity for such beasts. They come to me when I so wish it. If you accept this gift, I can share them with you for as long as you take care of them."
And what would be the give?
Signs of your influence might be apparent in your physical presence.
I am going to accept this gift.
Okay. So, copying, pasting.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Did you get the top part of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Syriac's gift?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure. I just happened to look over and see what you highlighted. Cool. So that's a thing. And then we get to Dane, who places his hand on this block, and you hear a voice that says, "Can't believe you found me. Vaughn the Evasive. I must swiftly return to my amber cell, but first, would you like to take my gift? None shall ever find you thereafter."
I want people to be able to find me and walk away.
All right.
Makes it easier to kill them.
Okay. So, everybody having heard what else is going on in these rooms.
I'm gonna walk over to Yoan's.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
walk over to Dane's.
Okay. So, Dane, you are offered the gift of the Hellhound Whisperer.
I want that.
Okay. So you have it. Yoan, you're offered the gift of Vaughn the Evasive. To not be detected.
And what's the catch on this one?
Says, well, it's nothing that you wouldn't possibly expect for such a thing. And even, I think you notice the voice in the delivery of this is almost like thinking of a creative way to say what it's saying to you. But it says simply in the nature of evasiveness.
Well, that's not much info. Okay, I'll just leave it.
Okay. Anybody else want to check out anything else?
Both of them.
Oh.
I accept.
Both of them. So I gotta ask: is this the direction you guys thought the campaign would be going when you first set foot in the Amber Temple?
Nope.
Kind of.
As a player, I regret our as a player, I regret our actions.
I mean, I don't really regret mine. Mine aren't too bad.
No, I mean just
Oh, the fact
coming
that
into the temple screwed up all my plans.
oh.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to ask him what happens with the with the middle one, with the evasiveness.
You just see me twitchy and nervous.
Okay.
I just say, I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go return to Ron and see, and pull out my book, and I'm going to sit there and read my book.
You can't get into my
No, I'm gonna sit outside of it.
with the fucking green-eyed guys.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit out and read my book.
Okay.
In the dark.
And I have dark vision.
Well, I know. It's just funny to think of somebody
Dang.
trying to read a book in the dark.
And yeah, can I also take a short rest at this time while reading my book? Is that possible?
Yeah, I think that's feasible.
Okay.
Where
So,
are Esmeralda, Octavio, and Ellen?
So I think they would have just been like hanging out in the hallway. They obviously don't really have much interest in whatever it is that these amber things are bestowing upon each of you.
Would they be able to hear me if I talked to Greg? Loudly.
If you're trying to be sneaky about it, it's possible that you could maybe say something without being detected.
I want to ask him if he thinks we should kill them before they try and kill us.
Kill who?
Esmeralda and Octavio, they don't seem to be very happy with our changes.
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
Just keep this in mind, that they might not be very happy with us.
It's up to you.
We can wait a bit.
Take your lead. This is gonna get annoying.
What you get? Alright. So, Yoan is situated outside the hut, taking a short rest. Ron's inside, taking a long rest. What's everybody else doing?
I'll go join them and take a break for a little bit.
Okay.
I'll read by Dane's light.
Okay. Woo! Those hit dice.
Those went well.
I wish mine went that well.
Anything Greg would like to do, or just also... Okay, so it looks like you're taking a short rest too. Got it.
Max health.
There you go. So one short rest later, you notice that your bard friend is taking a longer rest. Or at least attempting to. I think over the course of your hour taking a rest, you've seen Ron... Well, no, you haven't, because it's pitch black.
Yep, nobody sees anything.
Nobody sees anything. Does sound travel through the hut?
Let's see. Let me post it.
So it doesn't say that it doesn't. So you can probably hear Ron inside, like, moving, kind of muttering under his breath. Sounds like a pretty fitful sleep.
I'm gonna keep reading.
Okay.
I guess we'll just sit here and wait. Somebody else does something.
What?
I guess I'll just sit there and wait till somebody else does something.
Okay. So, from Ron's perspective, I mean, you know, set up your hut, try to get some sleep. You still find yourself waking up every probably hour and a half. Like, I think after the short rest is done, you probably wake up in a cold sweat, maybe, 15 to 30 minutes after they've finished their business.
All right,
And
I'm gonna
yeah,
pop
it's
the bubble.
okay.
You just see me pop the bubble. Before you see the bubble pop, I'm gonna prestidigitation myself, clean myself up, make myself, make it look like I'm in control. And really, there's bags under my eyes, and I'm just feel like shit in general. But yeah, I try to make myself up as good as I can, and then I pop the bubble.
Yoan's first thing. You look like shit.
Fuck you.
Go take one of those things that change your eyes. They might look better.
Somebody just leave me outside. I can't sleep in this place.
Do we have any more purpose of staying here?
Only to explore those stairs.
I
Well, why
think
don't we see where they go?
Rictavio walks over and looks at Ron. Says, would you mind if I tried something? I think it might help you.
By all means.
He clutches his holy symbol and clasps a hand on your shoulder. You see familiar, burst of energy kind of emanate out from his palm. And you don't know if it took hold. But there was a kind of warm, tingling sensation that swept through your body as the spell went off. So,
But I don't feel really any different.
I mean, you certainly don't feel any more energetic. I think Tavio says, it would be difficult to tell if this has taken effect until you attempt to sleep again, but if all went as intended, if this was some sort of a curse that was placed upon you, you should find a bit more respite next time.
Well, that's good. Anybody opposed to taking another nap then? I say as I'm like almost falling asleep.
I'll just, turn back to my book. Keep reading.
Alright, I'm gonna just kind of stumble over and like just kind of kneel down near you, and I have to ritually cast it again, but I'm gonna cast that again with everybody inside.
Why don't we head out of this place to that side?
Do it out in the snow.
Or in
The
the
bubble's
entryway.
temperature controlled,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it is warm and dry.
Yeah.
Let's get out of this evil place.
I just forget what I was gonna say.
Don't
Can
you
I-
guys want to go down the stairs though?
It's up the stairs, Ron.
Oh. I don't know. I wasn't there. We can leave.
Why not return to the outside?
All right.
I just twitch while looking at Ron, like I'm tweaking, and I say in Infernal, I say, "Since when did you become so pathetic?" And then you see smoke billowing out of my pores.
I don't speak Infernal. I just kind of look at him and I'm like, hang on. And I dig around in my bag and I pull out a joint and give it to him.
I mean, there was smoke.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, Ron might just be questioning, like, am I hallucinating from lack of sleep?
That's literally what it is. I'm just like, I figured this demon dude came by. He's looking for a smoke. So I'll give him a smoke.
This is
Demons
fine.
Sasquatch.
So, but yes, I am mildly wondering if I'm hallucinating.
Okay. So yeah, you all make your way outside. And Ron, go ahead and make a constitution check.
Boy, a con check.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so yeah, you take your 10 minutes, and like the second you're done incanting the spell, you just pass out.
Okay.
You managed to stay awake through the whole casting, but
Sweet.
it was a close one.
Cool. Alright, yeah, I just thump. Done.
Alright.
And by default,
Keep reading my book.
it's roughly like 72-ish in there.
Okay.
Very, very low light, but just enough to like where you can see. But it's not, definitely not bright by any means.
Okay.
You have human eyes.
Yes.
Besides that, I'm in there glowing.
I mean, she could have released the spell.
Maybe. That's up to her.
So, anyway, yeah, so Ron is going to attempt to take a long rest, yeah?
Well, I passed the fuck out, so yeah.
Yeah, just mechanically speaking, that's what
Yeah.
we're... Like, nobody else can take a long rest yet, but
I'm reading.
yeah, you can hang out. I mean, it's, you're all inside the bubble, so it's not like we need to worry about something showing up and murdering you.
Well, I mean,
Hanging out.
you guys can go out of the bubble and come back in freely. I just can't leave.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna read my book.
Well, I'm just saying, other people though.
I'll just sit in there and look around.
Okay.
And I am
So,
stuff.
yeah. So about 6 to 7 hours go by, and Ron seems to be sleeping much more soundly. I don't think he moves much other than like the slight raising and lowering of his frame as he just breathes and occasionally snores.
Yep.
And after all of that time, Ron, you wake up with the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, thank God. I set all my spells back. No, I'm good. Like, we can...
That's a song that played while you slept.
For 7 hours, just a loop of that.
I'd be okay with that. Like, can we say that that's a thing? Like, I just...
It plays that sound.
Yeah, like, between the hut or, like... Yeah. Just because I've had the spells for so damn long, can we say I modified it to be able to play a song?
The hut music.
Yes.
I'm okay with this.
I installed a speaker system in my hut.
All right. So, all of that being done, a combined total of probably, I don't know, like, call it 9 hours of reading time.
Woo.
What's the plan now?
More power. As I'm just sitting there tweaking.
What in the hell happened to you?
I don't know, you tell me.
Hold still, and I'll just put my hand on him, and I will ritualistically cast Identify.
Oh boy. You got that list handy there, Brown?
What would I send him? Like everything that you sent me?
Okay, so let's... Well,
Or just,
actually,
like,
no,
a
because
blog
it's... Well, let me double check here, because...
Well, if I touch you, I just learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Yeah, so, like, the funny thing is, technically, none of these are spells. Some of them are the same effects as spells, but they're not spells.
Huh. So I just see there's nothing.
Yeah, no, just good old Greg signature that you're picking up there.
Well, seems fine to me. Do you feel fine? Maybe Rictavio can do the same thing, because whatever he did helped me sleep.
It's up to you.
Well, I'll look at Rictavio. Maybe we should do it. Wait and do it when you guys rest.
He says, I'm beginning to fear that corruption is beyond repair.
Oh, you think?
Just see the tweaking Sasquatch.
With glowing empty eye holes, mind you.
Well, you got the rubies in them now.
Well, in one of them.
I thought I took out both.
I thought there was only the one.
It was a skull with rubies for the eyes.
Okay. For some reason, I thought there was only one of them, but yeah, it's not important. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, he just looks at the three of you that are now oily Sasquatches, and he's showing some signs of concern, let's say.
Well, are we done with the temple for now?
I mean, I think you guys took everything that was in there.
Not everything. Well, Strahd seems very convinced that Irina is the reincarnation of his beloved. I think we should have a talk with her and set them up on a date.
Wait, did he talk to you about that? Because otherwise you wouldn't know about that. Because I never actually said anything to you guys.
Yeah, he talked to me about it.
Oh. I'll say, well, yeah, he told me the same thing. I was thinking maybe we should talk to Irina about it.
Yeah. Do you still have the message capabilities to try and talk to her?
Why, yes, I do. I will kind of just literally, like, as soon as I say that, put my finger out, like, in the hold on a second, and, like, act like I'm talking on a phone. And I'm going to cast sending to Irina and say, hey, Irina, where are you? This is Ron. We need to talk to you.
Okay. Let's see. So I think what she says back to you is, tried Velaki, not safe. Vistani betrayed me. Snuck past their camp. Back to my village.
Alright, and then I'll just, like, to outwardly to everybody else, just, okay. Okay, bye. And then I say, well, she's in, she's back in her village.
Well, then we should head there.
Yes. But maybe the rest of you might want to wait outside. You're kind of furry, oily man creatures.
No, that's fine.
I just think your appearances might not jive with her.
No, this just keeps me warm in the cold climates I'm used to.
Oh. Okay.
But I can stay outside if need be.
Have you ever tried a bikini wax, by the way? Never mind.
I'm gonna help you by doing this. I demand a banana as payment.
I don't care if you help.
Yeah. And where are we gonna get a banana?
Your problem.
Peruvian banana would be the saddest thing ever.
I mean, you could just sit up here and freeze.
I'm used to the cold. Doesn't bother me.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, if you want to live here, it's yours. You might have to fight the one dude in there. Hey, maybe you can live with the old guy.
I still got a bone to pick with Strahd. I think I'll come with you guys.
Suit yourself.
Mhm.
Maybe afterward you can come here and bunk up with the old guy. He's pretty fun to talk to.
Anyways, what time of the day it is it?
What time it is?
What time it is?
Let's see. So it's probably, you're probably getting close to nightfall now, which kind of sucks because you and Ron are on like opposite schedules at this point. But
Ron can drive the cart through the night while the rest of us can sleep.
I can't see.
Dane will sleep up there with you.
What is that gonna do?
He's gonna glow.
Oh.
at least for an hour.
Yeah. Just wake up Esmeralda every hour. She'll recast it and fall back asleep. Or, you know, you can see while the rest of us sleep.
I guess I probably could do something.
And we start out first thing in the morning.
I guess. Well, actually, you remember the last time I sent a message to somebody and we offered to meet them somewhere and then we showed up and things were not as they seem.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try to go tonight.
Well, how long of a journey is it?
How long of a journey is it? Dear, oh God, tell me how long of a journey is it?
Yeah, so let's see if I can at least get a rough idea here with all these winding roads and whatnot. I mean, you'd probably have to travel through the night to get to the village of Barovia.
What's the nearest village? You know what? Can we go back to the Abbot?
So, like, back to Kresk and the Abbey of St. Markovia?
Yeah. How far away is that?
Why would we do that?
It is considerably closer.
Because it's a lot closer, and
But it would take you a bit out of your way as well.
We could go to the tower.
we could go to the tower. The tower's about halfway, isn't it?
Thereabouts.
Yeah. If you guys want to stay up and one of you guys who can actually see drive the cart a little bit into night, I can at least stay up while you guys are sleeping and keep watch. Make sure nothing happens.
The shield guardian does need to sleep, right?
I don't think it'll fit on the cart.
Oh, it's got to carry stuff from the treasury.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be dragging a chariot behind.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
How
gonna
fast
push
does
like a
it move?
wheelbarrow.
What were you saying, Austin?
It's gonna push it like a wheelbarrow.
Okay, that's fine. For the sake of simplicity, we'll say that it can keep up with the horse and...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I guess we'll do halfway and then start the other half tomorrow.
All right. So if that is the plan, we can go ahead and kind of montage it.
I'm gonna read.
Okay.
Is there anything to fuck around with in the tower? Oh, there's the lift.
There's
isn't
that
there?
elevator.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
the lift.
I'm riding that lift for about 6 of those 8 hours. Just riding it up and down, and up and down.
Sit there and play elevator music the whole way up. And
Yep, and that's all I'm doing. Yep.
When we get to the tower.
Yep.
All right.
And I'm using prestidigitation and kind of making it louder.
Okay. So yeah, it's a 4-hour carriage ride back to Lake Baratok and the tower that stands up against it. But you do make that journey pretty uneventfully back down the mountain path over the bridge without being harried by any sorts of gargoyles or anything to that effect this time. As you look off, kind of down into the river valley, you can see just barely few hints of the presence of the misty bog down below, where most of this group squared off against Baba Lysaga really not all that long ago, within the last week or so. But back over the bridge, through another twisting mountain pass, and eventually back through a stretch of the old Svalak woods, you make your way back to the hidden trail that leads to Lake Baratok and find yourselves at the tower. Sitting out front, there are the desiccated remains of a couple wagons one of them, as Ron would know, belonging to one Ezek Strasny, the other being what's left of Esmeralda's wagon, as it seems to have detonated.
Well, I look at Esmeralda. What?
A calculated risk.
Did you get somebody though, or what does that mean?
Oh, if it did this, I got somebody.
Good. I'm gonna go and gingerly check out Strasny's.
Okay.
Seeing what hers did, I do not want that to happen to me.
I'm gonna look at hers and see if I find any remains.
All right.
It blows up again.
Yeah, just resetting that gunpowder.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and anybody who's investigating something, make an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay. So, as far as Yoan, you see, looking at the very clearly ignited and exploded remains of Esmeralda's wagon, you see twisted bits of metal that were probably at one point weapons. You do recall seeing her drag a big chest full of them out and loading some of them into the back of Rictavio's wagon before you took off. And looking kind of in the outer reaches of what you think is the blast radius, you do find what look like a few charred remnants of fabric. Probably clothes of some variety. Difficult to say with the extensive damage that's been done to them. But, yeah, I mean, it certainly doesn't seem to have been a random discharge of whatever defense mechanism she had set up here.
Okay.
And as far as Ron, I mean, you had done at least a little bit of poking here last time. And I think really you find more of the same. Several signs of struggle where he was presumably pulled from the cart after fighting off a wave of assailants.
I'm just checking couch cushions for money, basically. Or stagecoach cushions.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you might find a little bit. Let's say you find like 4 silver.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
But, yeah, really not much to be seen here.
Was his a real nice one?
It wasn't overly extravagant. This was functional. I mean, not everyone owns a wagon or a carriage, and this one was like I would say it was a step above just being in working shape. So decent.
Alright.
But yeah. So after poking through those things, it sounds like the group wanted to take a sleep.
Yeah. Just make sure the area is safe and take a sleep.
Okay.
And I'll wake up after 6 hours and read more of my book as my sleep.
Okay. Right. And so, are you guys setting up the dome like outside the tower, inside?
I was gonna set up the dome up, but what I'll do is I'm keeping watch. But
Oh yeah, that's right, because you're elevator.
Yep. I decided to play in the elevator. I'll probably get bored after a couple hours and just go down and sit in the lobby
Okay.
and just kind of watch the door.
All right.
And, usual Ron stuff. Smoke a little, write some lyrics, just kind of,
Cool. So, yeah, would you guys want to sleep? I mean, I would imagine probably inside, since you don't have a dome.
Yeah.
Would you like to sleep on the ground floor or the fourth floor? The other two are visibly like rotting out and probably not safe for occupancy.
Which one seemed the most comfortable?
Definitely the fourth floor. That was. It looks like it was already kind of a pre-made living quarters
Then
type
fourth floor.
situation. All right.
I want to sleep outside the front door, like on the wall next to the door.
like, just lean
Okay.
against it.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll go upstairs.
All right.
I bring the coffin that we had in, and I'm gonna like lean it up against the wall and kind of sit in it like a chair. So it's kind of like reclined, and I'm just gonna kind of sit in it reclined.
All right. Cool. So, yeah, you all settle in for the night, and yeah, everyone kind of drifts off to sleep. And I think from Ron's perspective, a few hours go by pretty uneventfully.
I'm assuming the suit of armor is also watching.
It's probably outside.
You can sit on the elevator and keep an eye out just to try and catch.
Yeah, it would have to squeeze pretty tight to even fit on the elevator. So, yeah, I mean, it's probably like just inside the doorway, or, you could post it outside if you want, but
I
it
guess
is
I
what
can
it
do
is.
that if it can't fit inside very easily.
Okay,
Greg's outside anyway.
yeah. Yeah, so a few hours go by, pretty uneventful. And then I think you hear the lift kind of chugging its way back down with Rictavio and Esmeralda standing on it, kind of uncomfortably close because it's only a 5x5 kind of situation. And I think they kind of walk over to you, Ron, and they say, I think Rictavio says to you, "What do you think of the latest developments in your friends?"
Well, I've hung out with people like them before. Blow anybody on the street for a little bit of drug, a little bit of black grass. These guys are the same way. They're just showing their addiction and the ways of strength and power and everything else. I don't trust them very much anymore. But I'm not one to teach them how to do what they want. I don't
Well.
like it. That's why part of the reason why I wanted to leave.
Being involved in an endeavor such as this, one has to trust his companions with his life. Is that something you can do now?
Trust them with my life? No, I don't trust anybody with my life other than myself.
A cynical view, but As someone who's seen the downfall of many a close friend, I understand.
Indeed.
He looks over Esmeralda and then back to you, Ron. And he says, I fear the love of power will be the downfall of this group. You, for all of your shortcomings, not that you're a bad person, but, well, what I'm trying to say is this. You seem like you still have a spark of true humanity within you. It would be a shame for that to go to waste.
I love humanity. I live for the people that give me my job that I love to do when I'm not here. Um, I was a performer. I enjoyed it. I love the fans. They're what make me who I am. They're what make me what I am. So, you have to have faith in humanity. You have to have love for humanity to be in the position that I'm in. If you don't, and there are people who don't, I don't understand how they stay in the industry. Right now, all I want to do is get back, because it sounds like my band is not in a place where they should be. And I think I need to go back and take my spot. And I'm not going to let anything stop me from doing that.
Ron, I have to be honest with you. I haven't had much luck when it comes to making and keeping friends in the life that I lead. More often than not, I see them killed or turned into things that they devoted their entire lives to hunting down and killing. I'm concerned that that's what's happening to this party.
Yeah.
And so
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm afraid the two of us will have to go.
You guys are leaving.
And I would like very much if you would as well.
Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do?
I'm not sure yet, but nothing good will come of this if we stay together.
You see, Ron is actually like looking around, like trying to think of anything. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Well, actually, you know what? Can I roll Can I see if he's fucking with me?
Like an insight check? Is that what you're trying to
Yeah.
do? Yeah, go for it. He seems dead serious.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right.
And I'm actually going to flip into one of my blank pages of my lyric book, and I'm just gonna write, guys, sorry for doing this, but you all are fucking monsters. I think you guys need to reconsider what you were doing and how you're doing it. I left with Rictavio and Esmeralda. I'm not sure where we're going. You guys can contact me if you need me. And I'll rip it out and just kind of leave it. Try to stick it in a piece of the stonework so that it's sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
Just somewhere so they'll see it. And then I'm going to leave the coffin there.
All right. Greg,
Mm-hmm.
as you are outside, kind of slumped against the wall, you are awakened by the sounds of creaking wood and sounds of a horse being right there.
There's a bug.
There
Actually,
was a
let's-
bug.
Yeah.
No, it flew away.
Oh, so there still is a bug. Oh, that sucks.
That's why I use the present tense.
Yeah, actually, let's see. Trying to remember the status of things. Yeah, you guys did end up having a horse again.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it died and then again. Okay. So, yes, you hear the sounds of a horse being fitted to embark with the wagon.
I didn't hear them at all when they walked right past me.
I mean, you were asleep,
Mm.
so, but you are awakened by the sounds of this, and they haven't embarked yet. They're still in the last stages of preparing to leave the tower. You look over and you see Rictavio preparing the horse, Esmeralda situated up top, seemingly tending to the saber-toothed tiger, and walking around one corner, you see Ron.
I want to approach the wagon in the front and just all tweaking out. Be like, hey, what's going on, guys?
I'll walk around and say, oh, hey, sorry, did we wake you up? We were just getting the wagon ready for tomorrow.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
Yep.
Uh,
I'm not even
Normal roll.
proficient in that.
I mean, not bad, but not good enough.
how's this gonna work? Because I have a flaw that says I can't trust anyone.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I mean,
I-
you would still believe in what I'm saying, but you probably don't trust me.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, so yeah, you don't trust anyone. That's for sure. But in having such a flaw, you'd probably recognize that you're not ever going to trust anyone. And among untrustworthy individuals, he seems like he's being pretty trustworthy at the moment. So it's probably one of those, all right, but I got my eye on you kind of situations.
That's
Alright.
fine.
I guess I'll ask, do you need any help?
I personally don't, but, they might.
Just look over at, Frictopia and Esmeralda just tweaking.
And yeah, I think Esmeralda looks down from the top of the wagon and says, "Oh, don't worry about it. We just couldn't sleep very well and decided to make ourselves somewhat useful in preparing this rig for travel, so we can make the best time. You need to sleep, obviously. Look at you."
I don't know, something about in that temple. Ever since then, I've been all tweaky.
Yeah.
Feel fine though.
Hmm. Were you even sleeping? Do you sleep? Can you sleep?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Oh. Hmm. Well, I don't know. I'll just kind of dig around and say, well, I'll pull out a joint and say, well, you want to enjoy one of these with me?
Sure.
Okay. So, light it up and just kind of try to smoke. Basically, my whole thing is I'm taking little hits and trying to like make him take bigger hits so that he kind of basically I'm trying to get him fucked up.
Right.
So,
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna say. I would like both of you to make con checks, but Ron gets to make his at advantage because he knows he's in a competition.
okay. You said con checks?
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, I think you kind of underestimate
Yep.
the fortitude that Greg has in his Goliath frame, and yeah, you find yourself kind of falling behind a little bit.
Well, oh man. You got me on that one. Some good stuff, though, isn't it? Hey, by the
It's
way,
all right.
did you learn any spells or anything? New magic or arcane knowledge?
I got a bunch of them while we're in that temple from those blocks.
Hmm. Nothing you could teach me, though, right? Or could you?
Do I have the intricate knowledge of being able to teach someone who is adept in arcane naturally?
Not really. I mean, it's more of something that has been bestowed on you, and you have a finite resource of it. You probably don't entirely understand how it works.
All right. I'll just say I don't understand exactly how it works. I just have the ability to use it.
Oh. Damn. Well. Oh well. So why were you sleeping outside? There's beds in there.
I'm comfortable outside. I was sleeping in the mountains. Remember?
Yeah, but I mean, were you sleeping on a rock or something or?
Just wherever.
Oh. Okay.
Right, and I think Rictavio comes over and actually let's see how this goes here. Yeah, so he kind of pats you on the shoulder, Ron. At which point you feel this weird, like, kind of tingly thing run through your body, and suddenly you are clear of mind.
Huh. All right.
But as far as Greg is concerned, he just saw a pat on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just I'm gonna act like nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, well, care to go round 2, or we could see if Rictavio has some booze on board. Let's just go with round 2. I'll reach in and I'm gonna pull out a fat one, real like big one, like a cannon.
I'm not exactly sure with all these flaws what I should be doing. Like,
It's a lot to process, right?
yeah, there's like 10 flaws.
Okay.
Like, I'm untrustworthy, but at the same time, I like bullying others. Would competition intrigue me because of that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you'd like an opportunity to, like, assert your dominance, right?
Uh-huh.
So I could see that.
Round two.
Especially seeing, like, how little that first round really affected you and how stoned Ron seemed.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think this is an opportunity to really, like, pour it on, as far as Greg can tell.
On top of that, you're taking advantage of me and smoking all my shit.
There is that.
What time of day are they doing this now?
This is
Or
like dead
tonight?
at night.
Yeah, it's like the middle of the night. Yeah, nightfall when you guys left the temple. So now we're talking like probably 1-2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Probably even a little more. It's probably like 3 or 4. Yeah, it's like pitch black outside.
How are we seeing? We're all humans with no night vision.
Esmeralda has a light,
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah.
she could have cast it on like a rock or something and just be using it as a flashlight.
Yeah, and it's probably like a moderately moonlit kind of the mists and stuff in Barovia. The moonlight probably like diffracts and basically the moonlight is able to illuminate a bit more than say in a perfectly clear evening because of the way the light plays off of everything.
All right.
So yeah. All right. So you guys go on and continue smoking, and I mean, eventually, with the compounding effects of this, Rictavio may have to burn a spell or two, but he's basically going to keep giving Ron a clean slate if he's able to do so stealthily. And so I think that's the role that I need to make here. If he can do it again undetected.
Well, do we want to put it to a roll first?
Well, like that's the thing though, because it's gonna happen, but then Rictavio is gonna basically rig the competition anyway.
Oh, gotcha.
So
we're just gonna brute force it then.
yeah, I mean, in the interest of not making 2 players entirely sit out the rest of the session while you guys smoke down.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, all right. Ooh, this is close enough. I have to double check his skills. Okay, so by 2, he does succeed in once again casting a quick spell on Ron. And at this point, I mean, Greg, you've held it together pretty well, but you've smoked a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah. 3 rounds with Ron is a lot.
So, I think you're getting pretty sleepy. Like, you know, you got some sleep before, but now it's like that special kind of sleepy, right?
I know you've been there.
I don't know.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And yeah, so with that in mind, Ron, you are clear of head. Greg, you are decidedly not. How's this playing out?
I'm just gonna say, oh, you feeling okay, Greg? Maybe you should, here, let me help you back up there to lean you up against the wall. And I'll give him, like, I'll try to help him up and, you know what I mean, like, help him up to the wall again.
I haven't given up yet. I'm not no wimp.
His eyes are like all red. Well,
Yep.
his eyes are red anyway because he's got rubies in them.
His eyes got even redder. The rubies are bloodshot.
Yeah, so you, despite the vaguely present protests of Greg, kind of escort him back over.
I'll just be like, yep, you won, you beat me, champ.
He's like, no, I'm fine.
Do I hear Greg making all this noise?
That is worth checking into. It wouldn't be an active check, though, so let me see what your passive is. Because you're not, like, actively listening for what's going on outside while you're asleep. Do.
And what about me?
Ooh, wow, that's an old macro. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I mean, you guys are sleeping in the same room, so I think I'm going to check both of your passives here.
I'm assuming my shield guardian wouldn't care that they're leaving.
Yeah, I mean, like, Shield Guardian probably doesn't not want people to leave, so
It's just gonna sit there and watch everything.
yeah, being helpful and stuff.
Yeah, it's been so helpful.
Okay. From upstairs, I don't think you guys hear enough to rouse you from your sleep. Like, if you were awake and just sitting around, possible. But given the circumstance, I don't think you guys are woken up. So, Greg, you are kind of dropped off back at your sleeping area. And it's probably not long at all before we'll lull off to sleep. And then 3 individuals steal away in the night. And so the group wakes up the next day. And things are, well, pretty quiet, pretty peaceful. You've all gotten a long rest in. But, what was that? Gotcha. Are you? Go ahead and say something, Becca.
Yeah, it's not coming through.
Sorry, I'm on push to talk because I kept sneezing.
Oh, okay. So anyway, you read for an amount of time. Okay.
Yeah.
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 And so that happens. And let's see. I think you wake up and so you're there. Dane's there. Muriel is still there, kind of in the process of waking up herself. And as you venture down, you see Greg, still probably asleep after the night he had. And the shield guardian standing there stoically outside. but the one working cart that was in front of the tower, the one that you got here on, is nowhere to be seen. Nor are Esmeralda, Rictavio, and Ron.
I want to ask my shield guardian if it's seen where the others are. If it can point to where they went, or where they might be.
So the island is situated on basically a peninsula of sorts. It's basically an island that has had just enough land or dirt dumped between it and the actual shore of the lake to have a path. It points down the path and into the woods.
Okay.
Very helpful, I know.
Yeah. That's about what I expected, though. Go wake up, Greg.
It walks over and begins to kind of kick Greg lightly.
Oh, you want to fight?
How long does it take to get there as the crow flies?
There being the village of Barovia.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's get a rough idea here. I mean, it would probably be something like. Let's see, we called this about an hour, so that would be. Probably like 2.5 to 3 hours.
And when I get my hit dice back, is it the lower half or the higher half?
I believe in this one case. Or wait, no, because it's always just a minimum of one. I'm trying to remember what the deal was. I think it's lower.
Okay.
Yeah, you get half rounded down.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But you always have to get something because otherwise level people would just be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they leave my goat corpse?
Was it in the cart or the wagon?
The one time when we left the temple, we'll just go outside. We brought it out.
I mean, I think they would have been decent enough to do that. So I don't think that's something that needs to be in question. It's probably there. Probably pretty close to you, actually.
Go and pick it up.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, the cart the golem was pushing, did it have gold on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Okay.
All the gold.
Well, I was gonna swap a little bit of copper for gold, but whatever. Okay, I'm good.
All right.
Yeah. Stealing from the cart that my shield guardian might not have liked.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Nah, I didn't want to retcon trying to take that. I don't care enough. It was a clean getaway. I'm happy with it.
Okay. So yeah, this is the situation you find yourselves in. What's the plan?
I'll ask Greg if he saw him leave.
I'll say, said they were preparing the cart. I shouldn't have trusted Ron.
Told you we should have killed him.
Want to hunt him down?
Fine with me. We can either go hunt them down or go kill Strahd.
Well, I'm going to Barovia to talk to Irina.
Can we kill her?
First, I'm going to talk to her and get her on a date with Strahd. But if you want to hunt down Ron in the meantime, I can catch up with you.
We'll go with you.
I'll go
We can,
too.
we can
Well,
find them later.
I'm flying.
I don't think we're all gonna fit.
No, you're not. I can summon birds, but not enough to get us all there. Well, I can do it for 2 hours, so I guess a shorter walk won't be too bad.
Yeah, so you'd be able to carry 3 of us, right?
Yep.
And then Muriel can fly along with us if she still wants to stay with us.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that.
Okay.
I'll go with you. Come back and kill them later.
Okay. Start in 5 minutes.
Sure.
Okay. And that scheme being hatched. I think that's where we'll call it for tonight, because we should have a conversation as players rather than characters to see where we want this to go.
Okay.
Okay.